If I'm there telling people, if you go to the gym and you exercise regularly and you eat well, your mental health will improve, and they're looking at me like I just said that the earth is flat and space is fake. And I'm like, you don't see that connection.
Well, it's they pretend not to see it because they don't want to try. This is the thing. If you tell people the solution to something and they don't like the solution, then they'll pretend you're wrong, right? I'm depressed, that's why I'm fat. No, you're not fat because you're depressed. You're depressed because you're fat. So how about this? Go to the gym and train. Oh, that's hard. Well, then stay depressed. Like, what do you want? What answer do you want? No, I want a way to be as fat and unhealthy as possible while also having a perfectly capable mind and feeling fantastic. Well, then you get down the route of just drugging yourself, right? The mind is a very sophisticated chemical factory, and your body produces the chemicals. What's the complication? Like, why is it hard to work out that if your body is efficient and doing what it's supposed to do and strong and is optimal, then your mind is probably going to follow? What's there complicated to understand that habits, which are beneficial to you, are going to allow you to build a more disciplined, to be a more motivated individual, and also change your objective reality? People also want to disconnect not only mental health from physical health, but they also try and disconnect mental health from objective reality. I have it all the time. They go, oh, he's depressed, it's not his fault. I say, listen, he's a loser and his life is shit. If I was him, I'd be depressed. So let's not pretend that his mental health is completely separate to the objective reality of the fact that he is a lonely dork. Of course he's depressed. Who wouldn't be? If he got up and tried his best and was disciplined and was motivated and he was important and actually became somebody, guess what? He'd start to feel better. So you're completely right. They have separated from physical health. They separated from spiritual health, because also if you know you're doing bad things inside of your heart, you're going to feel guilt, which is why all the people who've absorb the matrix programming end up being so unhappy. But also the biggest disconnect for me is mental health and physical reality. I've said to depressed people before, I'm depressed, I have a disease. Okay, you have a disease. Describe your life to me. They describe their life and say, you don't have a disease, you have a shit life. That's it. You have a shit life. So you don't got a disease, you're just a fucking loser. Fix your life, you'll feel better. No, it's not that simple. It is that simple, my friend, because I'll tell you something, I'm the happiest man on the planet, but if I was you, I'd be depressed because you're a fucking loser.
And I have to give
do you
them the
give him
answer.
advice on how to change it?
Yeah, yes, I do. I tell them the truth.
How do you define a loser, though? Just like a bum?
My basic message, which has been largely misunderstood, is people always sit and say, Tate says all these crazy things about girls and da-da-da, and I say that I can only speak from my experience, and I am not naive. I understand that I'm living a very unique masculine experience, and it's a top-tier one, and I can't imagine living life as a man any other way, and as a man, you need to get up and work hard and become a top-tier male, or your life's going to suck. That's basically what my message is. When Joe Schmo comes and says, I'm Joe Schmo, I'm not you, what do I do? And I say, I don't know, because if your bitch will fuck Joe Schmo, then that means Joe Schmo's your competition. Now you got to worry about the guy in KFC, bro. Like, she'll fuck anybody because she's fucking you and you're a loser. So you got to stop being a loser and get a bitch who doesn't fuck losers. So what do you want me to do? Everybody understands that you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Everybody understands that.
Dan Pena.
Everybody understands that. But they understand that and still hang around with fucking losers.
True.
It's like, is that not the ultimate mark of being a dumbass? If you understand that that's the truth and you don't curate your friendship and curate your reality,
yes,
then you're a loser. I had a guy join the War Room the other day, my private network, and he joined, and we have multi-millionaires in there, we have a billionaire in there. I bought a Bugatti purely to add Bugatti owners to my network, so we have Bugatti owners in there. We have guys connected to the point where I can't even say he on YouTube, right? A guy joined, he's 19, he ain't nothing. He goes, look, I know I don't have any value to give, but I'm just here to learn, and I understand that if I stand a chance of escaping the matrix, you're the man I need to be. And I was like, you're absolutely intelligent. Instead of spending 19 sitting around playing video games, that's the smartest thing you could have ever done.
Sure.
His life's going to change forever, right? Because he's around people who understand. So all the people out here who sit there and go, yeah, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around with the most, yeah, and then go hang around with dickheads. You're an idiot.
But most people are like that.
Yeah. Because they're idiots, right? You have to create your reality, and there's nothing wrong with saying to people, you know what, I've outgrown you. You know what, I'm on a different path than you. You know what, X, Y, Z. Sometimes you got to cut people off, because if you don't create your reality, they infect your energy.
How do you think men can build more confidence in like deciding their life instead of just letting it be decided for them?
Yeah, so they have to take absolute responsibility, which is the first thing. The second thing, they have to get competence, and competence is going to allow you to have confidence. You're not going to be good at shit if you're bad at shit. You have to be good at things. You're only going to be confident at things if you're good at things. I know what I'm good at and what I'm bad at. So you have to go out there and take risks, and you have to make mistakes, and you have to risk it all. And once again, this comes down to competition. I think competition is such an important thing in the masculine world.
Yeah.
I grew up in the chess world, and I went into the fighting world. It was all extremely competitive. It's competition driven. You can't make excuses. If I sit here and say I lost a fight, cool, you lost a fight. But I lost a fight, but my gloves, when they were wrapped up, my hand was hurting, and then they
Excuses.
Bro, you lost, G.
Yeah.
Like no one gives a fuck. Yeah. Like you have to understand that excuses don't matter. Nobody cares. Life's binary. Winners or losers. And you just have to take absolute responsibility for all of it.
What's funny about these people who are always trying to change the world and change the way things work and the systems and the oppression and the fucking gender pay gap and whatever, all the other crap they come up with. What they fail to understand is that it doesn't matter what system you implement. It doesn't matter if it's democracy or communism. It doesn't matter if it's a monarchy. It doesn't matter what it is. The world is competitive. And there's going to be people who do better than you. And sooner or later, regardless of how you organize or structure a system, the people who work harder or are smarter or more inventive or do better are going to end up with a better scenario or a better situation. If you try and construct a society where that's literally impossible, then society fails. So even inside of communism, the people who ended up higher members of the party, or the people who ended up owning the factory, or the people who ended up finding a little black market thing on the side, or the people who lived a better life in communism were the hustlers, were the ambitious people, were the hardworking people. They're the ones who managed to find a way to get blue jeans in, or a Michael Jackson CD, or whatever it was, and make some money. So it doesn't matter what system you construct. If you are a lazy loser, you're going to still be at the bottom of the totem pole, because there's going to be people like me. I'm destroying you in capitalism, and I will promise you, as God is my witness, I would destroy you under communism just the exact fucking same. Because I am smarter than you, and I work harder than you, and that's who I am as a man. I will always beat you. So it doesn't matter what system you try and put together, the winners are going to win, and the losers are going to lose. So a lot of these people who are so obsessed with trying to change the system as if it's going to give them a fighting chance, no, because the world is competitive. It's player versus player. A lot of people don't understand that. Every single thing of value that you want, the reason it has value and the reason you want it is because other people want it. That hot girl you want, other men want. That's why you want her, to get her, to show it's valuable. If no one else wanted her, she wouldn't be considered hot, and then you wouldn't want her at all. That's the exact point of it. So you're always competing against other people. Every dollar you want, somebody else wants. Every car you want, somebody else wants. It's completely and utterly competitive, and it doesn't matter what structure you put on top of society. That's base human nature. And if you're going to be a loser, and you're not going to take self-accountability, and you're not going to wake up and realize that absolutely everything in your life is your own fault and you can affect it, then you are going to lose. And I'm done, Zuby. I'm done feeling sorry for these people. I don't feel sorry for them. Don't feel not an ounce of pity anymore. Don't give a shit, because they decided to be losers. That's what I've learned.
Every single man out there listening to this, I want you to do one thing today, and I want you to do the same thing for the rest of your adult life. I want you to work very hard, and I want you to be proud of yourself. And if you do those two things, you'll be amazed how close you'll come to your goals. In fact, if you work hard and you're proud of yourself, every single goal you have in mind right now, you're going to surpass. I consider myself extremely lucky. But I also do believe you make your own luck. And I also do believe in any scenario you can view yourself as lucky or unlucky, right? I view myself as lucky. We're all lucky. The people watching this don't know, there's a few of us here, right? We've got crew and some personal security guards, some armed guys with machine guns, et cetera, et cetera. But we're all lucky. Like bacteria could have stole our eyesight, right? Yeah. Could have gotten a car crash last week. We're all here, we're all alive, we're all breathing. So on some level, we're all lucky. And I believe if you view yourself as a lucky person, it's a more positive way to go through the world. I don't want to go too woo-woo and too, airy-fairy.
What's your vibration, bro?
Yeah, but I don't want to go completely there. But I do believe in certain things. I do believe that if you truly, truly believe something about yourself, other people can detect it, and it kind of is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like when I was saying earlier about hey, are you mad? Are you mad? Are you mad? The self-fulfilling prophecy. If I truly, truly believe I could rip your head off with one finger, and I believed it, and you could tell I believed it with every fiber of my being, would you want me to try? Or would you be like, maybe, I don't know. He's so confident. I don't know. So if you truly believe you're lucky, if you truly believe you're an exceptional individual, if you truly believe that your life is fantastic, people will start to believe it. And if other people start to believe it, then it comes closer to being true. Does that make sense without being too airy-fairy?
So to distill it down, basically, viewing yourself as lucky is basically a healthier and a more masculine way to live as a man.
Absolutely. Why on earth are you going to go through life and believe you're an unlucky individual? Yeah. I don't see how that can benefit you.
There's no secret. People pretend there's some big secret to it. There's no fucking secret. You already know what to do. Someone messages me and says, Tate, I'm overweight. I want to be in good shape. What do I do? I'm like, why are you're fat. Stop eating so much and go to the gym. You're not retarded. You know the answer. You just don't want to do it. So you want to ask me for advice, hope I'm going to give you some little hack where you can sit there and do fuck all and the weight will fall off. That's not the real one.
Yeah.
So you're trying to get a cheap way out. Most of these people asking for advice know the answer. They know the answer. They just don't want to do it. And they either want someone to drag them across the finish line, which I'm not interested in doing, or they want someone to give them the easy path, and the easy path doesn't exist. So, you know, if you want to be muscly, you go to the fucking gym.